Hello, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Mary, and welcome to From the Heart.
Orlando is widely known for its tourist spots and attractions, but many people don't know about its thriving arts community.
We're happy to introduce to you talented artists and passionate leaders whose ideas are shaping our arts community. How do they create and why? And how will Orlando benefit from a growing arts presence?
On each episode, we'll meet guests who are influential leaders and artists who are truly making a difference.
From the Heart.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to From the Heart. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Mary.
And we're excited to bring to you all that's new and good when it comes to the arts in Central Florida.
Today we're talking with Will Benton. We look forward to learning about Will and what led him to his work as the founder of Faith Arts Village Orlando.
Otherwise known as FAVO. The arts community is located in the heart of downtown Orlando. Welcome, Will. We're so glad that you're here today. So tell us all about FAVO. How was it founded? Why was it founded? And why are you passionate about it?
FAVO started as an original old motel in the downtown area that opened in the 1950s. Back about 2002, the Park Lake Presbyterian Church bought the property because we needed additional parking for the church. And then it was still run as a motel until about 5 years ago. At that time, we started talking about other ways to use the property. One of the pastors of the church, Helen Debevoise, came up with the idea to do something creative with the space. And since I had worked with the church, I said, let's try an arts village type thing. So I transformed 4 of the rooms initially to make spec studios to see if the church family was supportive of the idea. And sure enough, they are, and we found that there's a lot of artists in the church, and it's a very open and welcoming community anyway. So we went from there and we started hosting events almost immediately. So the property is transformed over 5 years to where we have 36 rooms open on event nights. I have 22 studios that I can actually rent on a monthly basis to full-time artists. So it's really transformed into a working village.
How many rooms in the entire motel?
In the entire motel, there's 60 total rooms. We are focused on one building, which has 36 rooms.
So from a parking lot to an arts village, that's a pretty incredible vision. I mean, what was the vision behind it when you started? I mean, you started the 4 rooms, but was there a bigger picture that you had in mind? And what's the underlying mission of the whole thing?
Well, we really just wanted to do something creative just for the common good of Orlando, to show that the arts and the church could possibly work together on opening something, just something to give back to the community. We've never looked at making a profit on the property, just being able to open up a place where people can feel safe and the community can come in and just have a place to go and see art and work together in a creative way.
How'd you go about finding artists at the beginning?
Oh, I got out around town and I went to every event that I could possibly go to as far as gallery openings and third Thursdays and first Fridays and first Thursdays and different things like that. And I just got out and started meeting the community. And I had several artist friends already, so I just started pulling from my list and just building on that.
So do you have a waiting list of artists to get in? Or?
I do.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I do.
Well, you mentioned that you have 22 full-time, and in order to have more than that, there's some work you need to do on the building, right?
There is. In order to open up more than 10,000 square feet of the property, I have to put in fire alarms and sprinklers, which is a good $100,000 that we would need to open up the additional just rest of that building.
So, oh, wow.
Are you in like a capital campaign to try to raise that? Is that something
We
that's
are not
part of
right
what
now.
you're wanting to do?
We've spent over $100,000 at this point just doing the upgrades to open up 22 rooms.
Wow.
So we've only been physically open about a year to the full-time artist. So we're just settling a little bit and trying to find a good working place and just settling and relaxing a little bit before we go to the next level.
That's nice.
What kind of artists? Is it just painters? Is it any kind of visual arts?
Any kind of visual arts. We've even looked at some people in the the music world as far as opening up some private studio space there. But yeah, we've got potters, we've got photographers, landscape artists, painters, oil painters, abstract painters, all kinds
Graphite pencil.
of graphite pencil. Yes.
Why would you say graphite pencil, Mary?
Well, it just so happens my husband happens to have a room.
Yes.
He's an amazing artist.
He got a room.
So how are you guys funded? I mean, you've put all this money into the start of it. How are you getting income coming in?
Well, actually, the church has funded everything up to this point.
Wow.
And now that we are leasing 22 of the rooms, that's helping put money back into the kitty and paying some of the bills.
So are you still using it as a parking lot during the week, or?
Yes, the church and FAVO both share parking. And there's another nonprofit on campus also that shares parking with us.
Do you feel optimistic about getting those fire alarms and fire sprinklers?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've kind of branched out into, I just finished up with the Mayor's City Academy and meeting more people in local city government to hopefully start some funding and some grant organization type work and see if we can find some funding out there to go ahead to the next level.
I hope you find that, because
Yeah, because we've got another big portion of the property we've not even
I
touched
know.
yet.
Everyone I bring out there is so blown away, and they all say, we didn't know it was here.
Right.
It's just so nice to be able to bring people to something so special, because especially from 50, when you look at it on the corner of Highland, it looks like an old shut down building, but when you turn that corner and look, especially when you put the lights on the first Friday night, and there's sometimes music and food trucks, it's like you're taken into this other little world of creative people.
It's kind of magical.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really
and I
is.
love that you call it a village, because that's what it truly is. It's creating this whole atmosphere of working artists. And the first time I visited it, I also was absolutely blown away. I'm curious, do the artists create in the space as well as showcase their artwork, or is it simply just a place for people to come and view what they've already done?
Every studio is different. Several of the artists do create in their studios. I've got many of the artists that are there almost every day working, because they're doing, like Jason, he's doing a lot of the shows and different things, but then a lot of artists also have just gallery space to where they come in and they just unlock the door and welcome people in. Some of the
Jason
artists
does
are
both.
teaching out of their
Yes.
studios, so we hope to get more of that going on and actually get some kids programs actually coming on property.
Oh, that's great. And one night we had you had some guest artists, performing artists from the Fringe right before they
Yes.
come out and do entertainment during the Friday night. That was fun.
It was fun.
Some
It was
monologues,
fun.
some music.
So showcasing some performing arts as well?
Absolutely.
Great. How do you think the mission of FAVO is impacting the community around you? I mean, I know the collaboration between the church and what you've started is a great statement that the church can really rally around the arts in the community, but how do you feel like it's impacting the area around you?
I think it's impacting the area around us in many ways. We're kind of redeveloping a section of downtown Orlando. I think some of the artists that are coming onto property, just from the artist standpoint, are kind of borderline new age kind of artists, and they're very out there. So knowing that they're coming to a place that's owned by a church when they've had either negative things coming from a previous or past church history, I think that's just a good thing, that's saying these two groups can work together. And I think it's just kind of branching out of the community. We're not preaching to them. We're not praying over them. We're just offering them a good, safe place to come.
It's about community.
It's about community.
Thank you, Will. I wish we had more time. Unfortunately, we're out of time for this segment. Please join us when we return to hear more about the journey that Will has taken prior to his work here with the arts in Orlando, From the Heart.